In this video, let us see the 10 top odd superstitions about the food. The number 10, hollow bread. It was once, perhaps still, a superstition that if you found a hole in a loaf of bread you cut, it symbolizes a coffin and meant that someone was soon to die. If a person found a in this state, there would be days of discussion to guess who it might be that would be stricken down. Of course, these days we are less likely to cut our own loaves of bread, so this one is likely to die into obscurity. But in this top odd superstitions about food, this is the 10th hollow bread. Let us see next one. Egg 9. Number 9, eggshells. It was once a superstition that if you did not crush the ends of an egg after eating it, a witch would gather the shells and use them to craft a boat that she could use to sail out to sea or rise storms. This is a very ancient superstition which seems to originate in the 1580s. Another superstition about the food is number 8, crust bread. This innocent old superstition dictated that all leaves of bread must be marked with a sign of the crust before baking. The idea was that the crust would prevent the devil from sitting on the loaf and thereby prevent him from cursing or spoiling the bread. This is another superstition. Anyway, let us see the seventh superstition about the salt. We all know of the superstition surrounding the spilling of salt, but here is a slightly more unusual one. It used to be considered bad if you helped another person to the salt. There was even a little phrase that evolved from the superstition: help to salt, help to sorry. Salt is such an important part of human life that it is no wonder it appears so frequently in the history of superstition. Number 6, tea rituals. It used to be considered bad luck for two people to pour tea from the same pot. In addition, if you left the lid of the teapot while brewing tea, it was meant to mean that a stranger would visit soon. Another superstition about the tea. Let us say about the next one, number 5, Christmas cake. Superstitions surrounding Christmas are as numerous as Elizabeth Taylor's husbands. One such superstition says that all the members of family must have a turn stirring the Christmas cake mixture, or else bad luck will befall them. Next thing is egg luck. Number 4, egg luck. In many parts of Europe, farmers would take a fresh egg into the fields in hopes that it would bring a good healthy crop. Number 3 is about the garlic superstition. In Greece, there is an ancient superstition called the evil eye. It is believed that when someone gives you the evil eye, bad luck, usually minor, will befall you. Now, you may be wondering why this is on a food superstitious list. Anyway, let us see the number 2, the wishbone. Before we all sit back on our laurels and laugh at the superstitions around the world that would never afflict us, let us remember one of our own most revered superstitions, the pulling of the wishbone. In Western, especially American and British tradition, two people use their pinky finger to break the wishbone. The person who wins the longest piece gets good luck and usually make a wish. This is about the wishbone. superstition. The last and final superstition about the food is wedding rice. Throwing rice at a wedding is such a common event that we don't even bat an eyelid when we see it happening. But what most of us don't realize is that this is this is a very superstitious tradition. What a with a very long history. The throwing of rice is meant to bring prosperity, wealth, and happiness to the couple. Frankly, though, with the amount of money people spend on wedding these days, it would be more useful to throw wads of cash rather than rice. So these are the top 10 odd superstitions about the food.